yes, it was. Okay.
You see ladies got that much BB tonight.
Oh yeah.
World Cup.
In which sport?
We got football.
Football. Okay.
Football Americano.
No, football. Del Mundial.
That I don't know.
Soccer.
Love, are we good?
I think so.
Me.
All right, so Karen, this is going to be this will probably be your only shot on video. Is that all right?
That is fun.
All right, cool. We're getting set up. The air conditioner is feeling good, I think. How about that one, George?
I've made some
Here,
alterations.
hold her up so we can see. I should say hold him up so we can see.
That's been around a while.
Yeah. Yeah, it's that you're
I just realized.
Yeah. Is it still good?
Still haven't got the paint off the eye.
That was when you were chairman at Howdy
the honorary.
Graves. Yeah. That's 25 years ago.
Oh, you got a wood one.
Yeah, 26 years ago.
2006.
Something like that.
19. Good God. 2006. 17.
Yeah.
They got 8 more years they can have me for the 50th anniversary.
I think they just did the 50.
50th anniversary of the.
They just had it.
Well, they missed me then.
Yeah. I kind of got it twice.
Oh yeah.
Well, the COVID year.
Oh, that
I did
skip.
One poster, but 2 magazines.
You
I got
know about that piss.
You can say what to speak freely.
The great piss off a couple of years ago.
Nick reminds me of it often.
Oh Jesus, that was funny. They had the cops down there and everything else. Don't you dare bring anything other than North American birds over here. So I took all my stuff, and then I went back in, and who was it, John Day?
Yes.
Was giving me a bunch of stuff, so I gave the British salute. Now, of course, whoever the president of the association now is thought I had flipped him off, which I really did. And he's giving me all kinds of crap. And I looked at him and I said, "You're woke, aren't you?"
Well, first off, I need to apologize because I never hit record. I'm a rookie at this.
Oh,
Well.
No, with the audios. Are you recording yet?
No.
Oh, so you're a rookie too.
so that's good that you missed this.
No, because I got the audio. We just don't have the video. But maybe this is a good way to start it off. George Williams, it's an honor and pleasure to have you down, man. Appreciate you. Thank you for
It's a
driving
long
down.
drive, but it's been fun.
Well, now, Karen, this is your only official
Okay.
video highlight. You want
There you go.
to look into the camera and say anything to anybody?
Say hello to the Australian football team.
George Williams, thank you very much. All the way from Camden, Delaware. I know it's a little bit of a drive for you, but especially on the holiday, or not holiday, but vacation Saturday, right?
Beach weekend.
Yeah. Busy weekend. Thank
Oh
you.
yeah.
We do
We
appreciate
appreciate you.
I'm hoping that this could be, or will be, one of more if you enjoy doing these. But you can decide later. I'm not going to put you on the spot right now, but if you enjoy doing these, I'd have to come up and check out the dungeon. I haven't been up there for years.
Forever.
Yeah. I think, honestly, I don't think the Walmart was there.
It's been a while then.
Yeah.
How's
Or
your
how about this?
development?
Bill was in the backyard. Well, I mean, that's still a big window. I know it in the backyard. I don't. Maybe ground was broke for Walmart, but I don't remember. I don't know.
It's been a while.
It has been a while.
The dungeon.
That's my shop.
That's what you call it. Is it got like a plaque on over top of the doorway?
No, not really.
No.
It's just
The dungeon.
It's just always been called the dungeon.
Okay.
I think that's a holdover from when my school district decided to do renovations, and they put me in the old cafeteria teaching art and phys ed, and I aptly named it the dungeon
Dungeon.
for the kids. And every one of my kids at Townsend called that room the dungeon. It flooded occasionally.
Oh, gee.
Yeah, it was kind of interesting.
Okay.
I'd come downstairs and find snakes that'd come down the steps.
Oh my gosh.
So that my shop became the dungeon.
Okay.
Well, I'm going to work backwards and say the first time I ever met you was in 1995
Yes,
at the Havre de Grace Decoy Show,
on the deck.
where Bob and Sandy put their arm around me and said, "Come with us."
They were commiserating with you.
That's just George. It doesn't mean any harm.
I still don't have a lot of filters about, if someone wants a critique, they're going to get it balls to the wall. It's about the
So I've known of you since 1995. When did you first start carving decoys?
I started making decoys for myself in 1975. And some of them I've never used because they were unusable. But it was a learning process.
100%.
I'll give you a baseline. I got out of Southern Illinois University in 1968 with a Master of Fine Arts degree as a painter.
I was 3 years old.
And I made very large paintings. We're talking, biggest piece I had ever completed was 8 feet high and 40 feet in length. It was all segments that could be moved back and forth. They have all disappeared thanks to a leak in the roof in the old garage. What, be that as it may. Moved to Delaware, and I was always a rabbit and quail hunter from squirrels from Illinois, and discovered waterfowl here. And absolutely did not like what I was looking at for things to hunt over. Most of them plastic. And I started buying old birds when you could still get them for $5 and $6 a piece. I've got some Madison Mitchell corks that I hunted over that were made, Lord, in the 1950s.
What species are those?
Black ducks.
Black ducks.
I have some mallards that I touched up a little bit,
Right.
and they're down in the shop. But I've pretty much switched over to my own job now. So started out in '75 making wooden birds with a draw knife. My neighbor Red Eye would occasionally take me out to the base to use the shop so I could bandsaw some things. I figured that was one tool I needed, and I still have the original Sears bandsaw.
We sat here, Karen, a week to 10 days ago, and I was, maybe 2 weeks ago, I was on the bandsaw, and I told you about George's Craftsman bandsaw.
Yep.
And the scary things he can do with it.
I told her, I said, I'm still not sure how you get a brant through that thing, but what you do.
You just tip it, tip and push. There were a lot of things that I had to learn to do, just adapting what I knew from the MFA degree into making things that were three-dimensional and would float from things that you hung on a wall. So it was a lot of fun.
So you said you knew you needed a bandsaw.
Needed a bandsaw. I think the first power tool I ever got was a Fordham tool, an old Model C, which was top of the line at the time that I got it. And slowly decided, well, I need a few more things. So the only tools I have in the shop, because knives make scars, are the bandsaw and basically the couple Fordham tools.
Knock on wood. I've been very fortunate. My worst thing, and I try to tell people that it doesn't cut you, it grinds you.
It eats you.
Yeah, it's like go down the road and drag your hand on the blacktop.
Yeah,
that's what it does. It doesn't cut you. You don't really bleed, but man, it's a blunt.
It's nothing to patch up.
Yeah.
It's
Yep.
just dip it in sawdust, wrap it up in some gauze and duct tape, and keep going.
Yeah, it's not.
It'll heal.
It's not a fun thing. Yeah.
So push come to shove, the whole thing started out as making birds for me, and then it went crazy from there. I've made over 8,000 decoys since I started.
Wow.
And they are now in the US, Europe, Canada, and now I've dragged them down as far as Argentina,
Wow.
which has been the bane of many competitions, because people do not recognize that folks hunt ducks elsewhere.
Just not a North American species. Side note to this, I had an opportunity to take some pictures for a Safari International book. Azam Khan had his basement. He has like a world collection of waterfowl, and the North American collection was more than cool. But I really enjoyed all the other walls. Like he had his South American wall, and African wall.
There's neat.
Oh my
There's
goodness,
neat
it was
stuff
just-
all over.
It was incredible.
And I've thoroughly enjoyed hunting down there. There's not as much pressure as there is here, and you can still hunt birds. You know, and there are a lot of species that are still on my bucket list, as it were, that I have not seen yet. Like Tim Bombardier, the last time he went down, shot a ring teal, which I finally got to see. Neat bird. So I've made ring teal decoys now to take back with me.
Nice. I want to keep on the decoy subject, but I got to ask because I won't remember this. Have you been to Mexico?
No, it's a scary place to be, apparently. And you're shooting the same species as you would shoot up in the States and in Canada. And it's a little bit wild and hairy. And I just felt no reason to go there. I love Argentina. I mean, it's a beautiful piece of country. The people that we go and hunt with are great hosts and a lot of fun to deal with.
Mexico, I want to shoot a black brant. And I know I can go to Alaska and do it, but
You can also go to anywhere on the West Coast, or you go to Baja.
yeah,
I have one in the freezer.
yeah.
That was a trade for an Atlantic.
Did you know that there's, Karen, you need to bring me back in.
That's a pretty duck. I had to Google. I hadn't seen one.
That's a ring teal.
Yeah, very pretty.
That's the male.
That's beautiful.
There's a silver brant. Yep.
Where?
I don't know. I'm going to say it's a West Coast bird or a Russian bird. But years ago, I was out at and I can't remember the location of it, but the Washington Brant Foundation.
Huh.
I can't remember his gentleman's first name. No, Maynard. Yeah, I apologize. I can't remember his name. But anyway, he had an aviary.
That goes with age. You know?
He had an aviary, and he's like, there's your Atlantic brant, there's your Pacific brant, black brant. He says, did you know that is a silver? There's a third species of brant. It's called silver. Was what he was calling them. Silver brant.
That's kind of strange.
Yeah, I have to look. Are you looking at one up, Karen?
Yeah.
Silver brant. The neatest thing he had.
Like that?
Yeah, maybe it was. I mean, it looked like there's not.
Looks like a hybrid.
It looks like a piebald bird.
Well, it wasn't. The ones he had didn't look. I mean, they looked like a normal brant, if you will. But and he said silver brant. The neatest thing, and Karen brought me back in. The neatest thing he had was speck eiders that I've never seen. He had a pair of them. They were just freaking beautiful.
Yeah, they're got to go long ways to shoot a spectacle eider. I've now shot pochards, which I think are really neat. Look like a redhead, only with a big knot on their bill. 3 or 4 species of teal that we just don't see. 3 species of pintails. Kinds of fun things.
Yeah.
And they all taste good.
So, fortunately, I've been a few times with Karen to Australia, and I guess you can only duck hunt the southeast
Like Melbourne,
region,
Victoria.
region
Yeah.
of the country. But I've seen the Pacific black duck. Pacific black duck or Australian black duck?
I think Pacific.
Pacific.
Was it Brian? It's a guy that's living in Minnesota now
Yes.
that goes down to Oz frequently and
Yeah.
hunts.
The neatest thing I've seen, and the Gold Coast is kind of central, north and south, central on the East Coast.
Yeah, tropical.
And what brings up is brant, talking about a brant, but it's their wood duck that looks like a teal, coloring and feathering, but its size and shape and profile looks like a brant. You looking that one up?
No, just a Pacific black duck.
Oh,
Oh, we could turn you loose on a rusty-headed goose or an ashy-headed goose down in Argentina. The ashy head looked like a brant. It's almost the same size.
is goose hunting somewhat restrictive in Argentina?
Right now in the province of Buenos Aires,
Right.
no es posible. They have,
And for
And
for
we don't know
West
why.
Georgia-
they're still overloaded with the birds,
right.
but some bleeding heart had a problem and took it to the.
So maybe not. She just pulled the picture up.
That's the Australian wood duck.
So I mean, is it?
I have a decoy of
Oh, really?
yeah that Brian made me.
It kind of looks like a green winged teal coloring and feathering, right?
Yeah, very pretty.
Just that also looks very much like the ashy-headed goose.
All right. So if you're watching this on YouTube, thank you very much. And if you're listening on any of the major podcast platforms, you got to start Googling some of the stuff and check it out. George, this is the Pit Boss Podcast brought to you by our very good friends at Molly's Place Sporting Goods. Molly's is easily found on Route 2. What are you laughing at?
$199.99.
Took some grief over that, man. Good. I took some grief over that. It's not an inside joke because I do the many radio spots for Molly's. Go ahead, George. Tell the story, please.
I was listening to the country western station in Dover and working in the shop, and Jeff's voice came on from Molly's, and they were advertising shotgun shells,
Turkey loads.
and you could get a box of turkey loads for $199.99. And I thought to myself, that sounds strange. I'm going to call him up. And instantly I said, have you heard what you said on that ad? And he said, it was $199.99. He said, add another 99. They got expensive for an item that was on sale.
Well, you're, I think, the only one that called anybody out on it. So you listen well. And first off, I'm dyslexic, so that's my pass.
You're a school teacher. He is not dyslexic.
I am dyslexic.
I'm retired.
He is not dyslexic.
I never.
I am dyslexic. But it went through some other channels before it got aired, so a couple other people missed it too. But
It cracked me up when I heard it. I mean, it was an instant stop work. You're going to hurt yourself. I've got to call Jeff and tell him about that.
Molly's is easily found on Route 213 in Kennedyville, Maryland, on Maryland's famed Operation Shore. MyMollys.com, MyMollys.com. I keep saying it, but there's some new news on their URL address there shortly. So, Molly's Place Sporting Goods. Everybody at Molly's, our good friends there. Thank you very much. Next up, love.
Dirty Duck Coffee.
Dirty Duck Coffee. We're getting so close, aren't we?
Yeah, we are.
How close are we?
Trying to approve some stuff, but hopefully, before fall, right?
Yes. Buck and Jay. Well, Buck is in Little Rock, Arkansas, at the Delta Waterfowl Expo, and Jay is sweating his balls off in St. Louis, Missouri, in like 103 degrees outside at Dive Bomb Squad Fest. So, dirtyduckcoffee.com, guys. Thank you very much. Next up, love.
Crabs to go.
Crabs to go, easily found. Have you been to Crabs to Go, Georgia?
Nope.
Do you like coffee?
Coffee I'm addicted to.
All right. Well, we're gonna. I'll see you along the way somewhere. We'll
Hook you up.
Crabs
Yeah.
I'm very lazy about.
Yeah.
I like soft shells.
Oh, yeah.
Nick, how do you say Nick's last name? It's not Castellano. I butchered that last name. Oh yeah, it's tough.
Just Nick.
That's what I say. Cedar Swamp, Nick. Nick,
Sorry,
just Nick. He brought some crab cakes last night. That's why when you said you're lazy on crab cakes are the way to go. But Crabs to Go, Mark, John, Dan, they're easily found on Route 50, but at the corner of 589. So in, I guess technically Berlin, but we say Ocean City.
Yep.
Yep. So it's kind of between. Crabstogo.com. Guys, thank you very much. Next up, love.
Duckwater boats.
And what's so special about Duckwater Boats and Steve Hoover?
The world's largest that we are lucky enough to own.
Yeah. You saw the duck boat out there, didn't you? That is the world's largest duck boat.
That's a duck yacht.
It is a production boat. That's hull number 2. So he would like to make more of it if anybody's interested in having a model or a version of the world's largest duck boat. But
You could seat an entire orchestra in that boat.
it's good for the ocean. Steve Hoover, thank you very much. All the way from New Philadelphia, Ohio, duckwaterboats.com. Next up, love.
Duck Blind Bistro.
Bistro. Yeah, I know it now.
Yeah.
I'm going to let you speak on Duck Blind Bistro. John, Paul, and Jay.
It's a nifty piece of equipment that you can easily cook biscuits in, or
It's the ultimate outdoor oven.
there you go.
Okay.
But it could also
I thought
be
it was
used.
a restaurant.
No,
It's a duck blind restaurant.
Okay.
yeah, it's we'll have to show you. It's 2 molded pieces of aluminum that come together to keep the heat in and cook things very quickly. But yeah, super easy.
I'll have to pass that to Bomber.
I'm telling you, it is a really neat piece of equipment. It truly
Yeah.
is. I don't know. I know John Paul. I don't know if Jay is or not, but they are both out at. They are both. Well, to us it would be down at Little Rock at Delta Waterfowl Expo. He texted me this morning. He was concerned. He said yesterday was so good. He thought maybe they were going to run out of. They were going to be sold out. So evidently it's going over very well there
Yeah.
for them. So
It's pretty cool.
sadly, I don't know where we'll ever get there.
That's
One day.
being that waterfowling is slowed down due to the pressure. People need to have something to do when they're in a blind, and why not cook?
100%.
Yeah. Yeah. It just
Makes sense to me.
It's the whole experience, what's better than sitting outside when it's cold and eating something nice and warm and delicious.
And lastly, but not least, I never say Pitboss Waterfowl. I guess it's just assumed everybody knows it's what I do, but maybe I shouldn't assume.
You should never assume.
I assumed yesterday, after you heard the conversation on speakerphone, I just assumed you knew that the painters were going to start painting and pointing up stuff yesterday. Because I even asked you if it was okay.
And who's to say I was listening?
Well, we're supposed to be mentally
You know what they say about
hooked
assuming.
up. Okay, Pitboss Waterfowl. Butt love. Whaleyville Wagon Tails.
Yep, Whaleyville Wagon Tails.
What's good?
Have you heard of Whaleyville Wagon Tails?
Nope.
Nope. Well, you're about to.
Well, but being that I'm a northerner,
You're not that far away.
So yeah, Whaleyville Wagon Tails. We can board and pet sit here at the beautiful Pitboss World Headquarters.
Karen quit her job, and I got to keep my pimp hand strong.
Yep.
So
Yeah,
it's-
trying to make it an enjoyable experience for pets that owners have to leave them and minimize the stress on them, and they kind of get treated like one of our own. So
They do.
they definitely do.
Yeah,
except for the snarky one.
Well, he's ours, and he gets treated very well. Trust me. Trust me.
He does. Well, and the other thing is with the painters here, like, well, anyway, yeah, it's just they're all kenneled up right now just because, but
Yep.
they're all loose,
Yep.
like overnight and that kind of thing.
Yep. Sleeping on the couch and doing other dog stuff.
Yeah.
Hanging out, being dogs.
Being dogs. Yep.
All right, here's a shameless plug, but I have no shame. So how shameless could it be? For the 2023-24 Maryland waterfowl season, we only have 3 days left, and we are currently booking for the 2024-25 season. And folks are planning ahead and have actually sent deposits for the following year.
Yep.
So each year just happens quicker and quicker to get booked up.
Yep. Got to think ahead, plan ahead.
Yeah, 100%. Rewind back to decoys, George. So you said that basically you were, I think, you know what, the last thing you said were Madison Mitchell cork birds. So you said you were buying birds. You can still buy birds for $5, $6, $7.
Can't do it anymore,
Not now.
nor do I. It's prohibitive. People have gone nuts over old stuff. I have a bird at the house that came off the Reckless. It's probably a holly, female. She got used the year that Canvasback reopened.
Wow.
So I figured that's what they were for. And then I got told, you probably shouldn't be doing that. And I got real serious about making stuff. My hunting partners, Barry and Bob, who are now deceased, God bless them, got me started with cork. Wiley specifically.
I'm glad you mentioned Wiley because I know my story or history of Wiley cork, but you know it better than I do. So I'd like you to.
You still have a couple of the,
Those were duck block
and they have patterns on the sides.
boxes.
It was kind of neat.
Oh, really? That's
Yeah.
cool.
Upstairs, I still have one of the last pieces. It's in the 4-inch. It's in a full.
Yeah,
size.
I've got 5 sheets left at the house from when Marty closed his doors. I have a box with just the top open of 2-inch, and I have some odd pieces of 2-inch sitting around it, and a few sheets of 1-inch that I use for bottom boards.
I was going to say I had, and I can't remember exactly how I got them from there, but it was almost like the 1-inch was like almost like a 4x8 sheet, as I recall. I mean, it was maybe not 4 feet wide, but it was wider than 2 feet. And so Wiley cork was in where?
Up in Wilmington, Delaware.
Was it in a very nice neighborhood?
It was where there were a lot of factories.
Yes.
You just got off of 495 and went over a bridge. It was
Went past the prison,
North 12th Street,
12th Street. Yep.
and they had a big silver water tower with Wiley cork on it. So you'd always find the place. And the guys in there were always very easy to deal with. It was Marty and Dick.
Was the entire the building was huge? Was the entire building its only purpose was cork? Because I always got the feeling when I went in, like there was a lot of space that wasn't being used, and went up the stairs to the office, and it was just like. And I'd been out back, you know, like a lot of the cork they had it out. Like I tell people, it's like a lumber yard where their cork was just sitting outside.
At one time, I don't know what the original purpose of the building was, but it wasn't always used to manufacture cork. And they got all of their cork from Portugal in bags, but they did all the extrusion themselves. So you could really deal with the amount of weight per sheet and everything else by just talking to Marty and giving him a hard time on occasion. It was always a good place to go to get Portuguese wine also. He always got cases of wine from his dealers.
What is cork actually?
Cork is the bark of basically a live oak tree, and it can be taken off every 7 years.
7. Okay,
Once
you.
a tree is matured.
Because I've told this story to people, and I was like, I don't know how quickly it grows back, and I said it doesn't kill the tree, but I'm not sure how quickly.
They don't totally strip it, because that probably would kill it.
Right.
It's a good way to get rid of any unwanted growth in your yard. Is just
Ring bark 'em.
Yep. And I don't think they would ring a cork tree. I've seen one growing in at a place where we hunted in Argentina. It was gorgeous. I just picked off a little bit of it and put it in my pocket.
I got it. I don't know where it is right this minute, but I've got. First of all, I don't remember where I got it from, but I've got and it's not just a cross section. It's like an angled cross section. It's a beautiful piece of oak, oak wood. You can see all the grain in it, and then it's got the cork bark on the outside. And when I was refinishing furniture, I sprayed it with shellac or lacquer, but I just sprayed it, and I don't know if I still have it here somewhere. Well, there's a cork book. I know I got that up at.
Probably got that from Marty.
Yes, yeah, that book I got from Marty. And I bet you that I got that piece. I had met him, so like the place was gone, and I don't know how.
They had a fire up there, and then they had some goings on with the union,
Yep.
and Marty finally had enough of it. And 2000, he walked away.
Wow.
Well, two things stand out in my mind. Well, actually, a lot of things stand out in my mind up there. Is that again, like it was like this building was an old brick and steel factory. I might be exaggerating, but was it like 5 stories inside? Was that
The original building here, or up at Wiley?
Wiley?
I'm
Wasn't it?
not sure.
I just remember going in, like you drove in through, again, like you kind of went around, and if the water tower wasn't there,
You'd miss it.
Yeah, it'd be kind of halfway hard to find. But I remember like a metal building that had blue-green, like metal trim, and then it was like just old-looking brick.
There was a crane,
Yep,
overhead crane that ran in there.
yep.
Barry and Bob's dad worked up there
And like the water
years ago.
The water tower was like, wasn't modern looking. It was like an old, plated, riveted kind of tank kind of looking thing. And I remember like you went inside and like walked up these metal steps, like I don't at least
To
go
get to the office.
yeah, at least go two stories up to get to the office.
I like the smell of that place.
Yes, it did smell good.
That's if I ever need a little reminder, I just take some of the scrap that I have and run it through the bandsaw until I get the smell in the shop.
It did have a very unique aroma.
You absolutely, with that cork, you didn't have to seal it. You didn't have to, all you had to do was carve it, sand it, and paint it. And it was just amazing stuff.
I can remember my first F350 crew cab. I came down to your house, and that thing, I had it full. I think I had like 25 sheets of cork in that thing, like pretty much. I can remember making that run. And then, again, I don't know how he got a hold of me, but Marty called me one time. This is after they're totally done. And the Wawa on Route 40 in Delaware, he must have lived back, like, I met him there. He came in from the backside and he had one sheet. He's like, hey, I got this one sheet of cork. He called me up and said, do you want it? And,
You betcha.
yeah, I said, I took it. It was kind of messed up looking. It was barely curved, and
All you got to do is bandsaw it out.
yeah.
And it flattens itself out.
But yeah, that was like that. That was my last well, not my last recollection, because my very last recollection would have been in about 2007 when we were doing the D3 TV. We're talking about decoys and cork, and I rode up there. Everything was gone. I believe the lot had a fence around it.
They removed the building then.
But the water tower was still there. That was the only thing standing, and you could just barely make out Wiley cork on it. So I thought that was my last recollection.
Yeah, that was sad when they closed, because then we were all scrambling around to find material. First thing you discover is the people who were making cork did not use the same binding material, and that's the great discovery that some of the decoys started to soak up water, and it wasn't the cork that was soaking up; it was the voids in the material itself. there was a lot of scrambling around going, well, bring them back, I'll hollow them out, put a bottom board on it. I still use Wiley cork scraps to plug where I run the screw hole for the heads. I still have enough of it that I just make little cylinders and plug them up with Gorilla Glue.
Do you remember, well, way back when it was 2-inch, and like over my shoulder here, the box, duck blocks, he sold goose blocks and duck blocks.
I have 6-inch.
6-inch.
But he was having trouble with getting it. The extrusion time was a little hairy, and he made like one sheet. And there was a brand that I gave to the Havre de Grace Museum as part of my chairman thing. And I've got the rest of them still in the shop. And they're these big, thick-looking brand. And he did finally acquiesce to making 5-inch cork, which was really good stuff.
What do you remember what year like the 6-inch would have been?
Oh, good
Is
Lord.
that too hard?
I may have a date on the bottom of the ones that I still have. And if not, at least I can identify by the keel and by the shape of the heads.
I have a small rig of your 5-inch stuff.
Yeah, that was nice cork. But again, you didn't have to do anything with it. Now you've got to put sealer on and then put a base coat on the material. So it's
So back to the duck, and I bought, obviously, again, I was buying duck blocks and goose blocks. Do you remember what that cost?
for a full sheet, 2 by 3 by 4 inches thick.
Well, but I'm going to ask you that too, but I meant like when
The boxes.
it was the 2-inch stuff.
When I started,
Yeah.
I could get a case of the 2-inch cork for $25 a case.
Okay.
At this point, then when we talked Marty into cutting blocks for us, so we could save money by bandsawing out the shapes of them, rather than having them fit the block that he had cut. A 2 by 3 by 4 block of cork was $50 a sheet.
50.
It's now up over $150 a sheet.
Yeah, friend.
So don't complain if your prices seem a little skewed.
A friend the other day was shipping 4-inch, 2 by 3 foot that is 4 inches thick. Shipped was $200. So we need more cork glue.
Go to Elkton.
Somebody said that they're not selling it. Maybe it was Nick. Somebody told me the other day.
They probably because he wants it for himself. But I was up there last May
Yeah,
and picked up a bunch of. They had a ton of it there.
yeah. Last time I tried to get cork from there was during COVID. It was like some bizarre thing. You had to like jump through hoops and stand on your head to.
Oh, it was crazy then.
Yes, but I did. I made an attempt to
Yeah,
get cork one day.
they still have the product.
We need to go to Portugal.
Are you going for the wine or for the
For
for the cork?
For everything. I've made quite a few either emails and phone calls. Some people I can't communicate with. And then the other thing is like the volume that you'd have to buy is kind of outrageous. I don't know.
Well, you have room out here to put
Just when they bring the container, just
a couple of containers.
Yeah, just put the container on the ground out there for us. Well, I mean,
Still got to empty a house and storage units.
No, I was going to say that would be. I mean, that is kind of that would be a neat thing to do. So. But yes, we still have to. We're not. So you're saying biting off too much?
No, just
That's
no
a
room.
rough thing to do is put a container shipping container in your yard. Just-
Yep.
Kids would be over immediately painting on it.
All right, so that's where I was going to go with. So it was 50-ish, and then now, yeah, it's really.
It's gotten outrageous.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you figure it out, it's probably even like board foot. If you figured a board foot of cork, It's probably more expensive than cedar.
The only advantage of it is you don't have to hollow it.
Mhm.
And it's a little bit less of a hassle to carve.
Mhm.
Other than that, wood may be the way to go again.
Yeah.
But where do you find tremendous amounts of stuff like the guys that were making birds in the 19th century and up to when Madison Mitchell's factory closed down? They were using telephone poles, ships' masts, all kinds of strange things that they were getting for almost nothing or nothing.
We do it in the winter. We take the dogs down to the inlet and let them run and walk up to the fishing pier. There's some really nice old cedar poles there. The stuff that's out in the ocean with the hurricanes and whatnot kind of have you good? You good?
It's family. We play Wordle. It's my son. I'm today's champ. He got Wordle in 3 this morning.
Well, the the pilings, not posts, the pilings for the fishing pier, the ones that are out in the water with the,
Chainsaw.
well, but there's been the hurricanes and stuff. Those are straight up, creosote old ones, and then more pressure treated ones. But once you get back up into the beach, man, there is some nice posts there. You good?
Yes.
And
Okay.
there's still available cedar.
Well, there's a nice piece. I'm moving around. There's a big, maybe to your,
There you go. All the way.
yeah. There's still some cedar around that's available. You look-
And the knots always burn nicely.
Mhm.
One thing about having a lot of cedar in the house now is that I have a place to get rid of all the scrap wood. My son burns has a fireplace, and he's got a couple of fire pits in the yard. And he says there's nothing better to start a fire with than your head pattern.
100%. I mean,
Yeah,
you
it's
just hold a
crazy.
match to it and it
He
burns.
likes it.
Yeah.
And we got into who was it? Scott Green and oh, good Lord, Ed Lewandowski and I got into a Polonia tree a number of years ago. Matter of fact, the Scoters that are in the
That's plenty?
car are Polonia.
Okay. Cool.
At least the White Wings are.
My only dealing with Polonia was Pat and Jeannie Vincenti in, I don't know, late 90s. There was an old decoy factory down on Route 40, Maryland, and right around the Beltway. It was called Hutch Decoy.
Okay.
They had, Pat still has the bandsaw. I kept the bandsaw. They had a duplicator that was from like 1900 something, had 16 or 32 stations on it. And he had it set up for a while, and I don't know where that went. But basically, they bought him out of business, and like they were making those like the owl blanks, and just these duplicators just made blanks and blanks and blanks, and basically Pat was like, I got those Polonia. Oh, I think I went down maybe and helped him. That's probably how it worked. I went down and helped him, and he's like, hey, could you use this? Could you use that? Would you like this? Would you like that? And I did have some nice Polonia.
It's got a nice smell.
Yes.
You got to be very careful carving it because the grain goes from hard to soft.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like dealing with trying to carve
Balsa wood.
balsa wood. Yes.
Yep. Yeah, you just catch that bad spot and like, oof, big divot. The bird that Duck Chuck Hemming from Lorain, Ohio, George. He was a duck hunter, hunts the breakwater wall. Breakwater wall, how do you say that? Breakwall? It's a breakwall.
Yeah.
All right. He hunts it.
Keeps Lake Erie from taking over the entire coastline.
Yes. He stopped in, he and his girlfriend Sandy are down Ocean City this week. I think they're still here probably. But anyway, he wanted a bird to take, and the body was from like 2009, but it was had a bottom board on it, but it was an old body of balsa. And like it did have those couple places. I said, man, it's kind of rough looking. And
You have to learn to be a dancer when you're playing with balsa. You know, you just got to. There's a whole different way of. It's a touch thing that you don't have to deal with cork, even with cedar or pine. But balsa wood, sometimes you'll be working along and now what am I going to do with that? Just either fill it in or make the decoy a little bit smaller.
Small decoys. You kind enough to lend me a pattern one time for your pancakes, and that was just a product of the 2-inch cork.
Yep. And I have Tim Bombardier was down and saw those, and he said, "I want them when you die." And those things floated beautifully. They stacked up nice. Ducks don't see this. They see the top of things when they're coming in.
I made a bunch of Scoter pancakes, and
Probably worked fine.
I did put a bottom board on them just to give them a little.
You go 3 inches.
Yeah, just to give them a little bit more height, but they work great. I tell everybody.
I had a pancake sleeper that I discovered
A sleeper.
up on a shelf. Early sleeper.
It's a shame it's not easy to get above us, because I could grab a couple different things. But anyway, I tell everybody that I credit you to helping me dial in my paint. You kind of tongue lashed me in 1995. The story goes is that I wanted. You go first. And
Saturday Grace Decoy Show, probably the first time Jeff had taken a bird to a competition.
it was the only time. Well, not the only time.
I think it was a black duck.
They're black ducks because I thought, here we go. The rig contest was I was making one of this and one of that, one of this and one of that. I never made a group of something. So I was like, hey, they got this contest. It'd be cool. We got to make at least 6 birds and black ducks. How hard could a black duck be to paint? Evidently
Sometimes
hard.
it's not necessarily the painting as much as it is the attitude and the general carving that, when you're up on a nice high platform looking down at the birds, then you can pick and choose things. But Jeff was devastated.
I was.
I got beat up more times when I started doing this. That's why I'm wearing the RUNAMUCK green shirt. Honorable mention to us was a sign of you're doing okay.
So honorable mention, in decoy contests, typically, first place is a blue ribbon.
Right.
Second place would be white or yellow.
Or red.
Or red. Well, no, you're correct. Second
Red,
place is red.
and then
Third
yellow.
place would be white or yellow.
And then there's we're going to give you a ribbon just because you showed up, which is always green.
Love your field trials, that would be your jam.
Okay.
And I judged recently, I haven't judged a field trial in forever. We, with Mike Hopkins, judged a derby in Greenwood. And I guess a couple people were, what's the word I should use? Tweaked a little bit that we
Pissed.
Okay, thank you.
For a better word.
That we didn't give all the dogs green ribbons that completed trial. But there were some dogs that, like, the handler was done. The dogs just out there running.
Having a good time.
Yeah, I'm like, they're young dogs. You should give everybody should get a ribbon.
The key with the competition is that it's a very shallow kind of a thing, because what you're making birds for is to go and harvest stuff.
Kill things. Come
stuff
on.
to eat. And if you can sometimes use Clorox bottles painted black, sometimes, but more often than not, the stuff you make, you can change the attitude, the way they ride on the water, positions, everything else. And that to me is a very important part of making handmade decoys, is not making them all look like they were pulled out of a vacuum pipe or vacuum system, which is why I don't like plastic. It also doesn't hold paint very well.
Well,
Excuse me.
unsolicited, because I didn't ask you, but Georgia told me, Karen, everything was wrong with my black ducks.
Well, you walk by and Bob and Sandy, who were two of the founders of RUNAMUCK, were usually very nice people.
New York and Rhode Island.
Both Rhode Island, Connecticut now.
Rhode Island, Connecticut, copy.
Or Rhode Island, yeah, Rhode Island, New York. I think Bob is thinking about getting out of New York because he's tired of moving from house to house. Anyway, they're very gentle, and if you ask me a question, I'm going to tell you flat out what I think.
Mm-hmm.
That's the lack of filters. You
But
might want to say.
The key here is that I did not ask you.
I just walked by and said, "You need to fix this, and this," and I just kept going. It was like just a passing.
And Bob and Sandy said, don't mind him.
Who was that masked man?
That's just George.
But George told the truth on stuff.
You did. And I'm telling you, man, I tell everybody, I give you credit for dialing my pain in. And I think it was the following year, I went back, it was buffalo head. And my buffalo heads still were jacked up. But anyway, you did say, was not in the era of all our fancy phones and things, but you said, hey, come on, you can come over anytime you want. Just bring a VCR camera at the time, whatever, tape recorder. And I don't have, which I wanted to have it, but I'll catch up with you some other time. It's still over at Pintail. But I still have the original notebook that you said, all right, this is what you got to start. You got to make buff. This is buff. And buff is do.
Oh, I started because of that. A lot of people would contact me and say, what colors do you use for a particular bird? And I would email them and then erase it. And my wife, bless her heart, said, why don't you put that in a file somewhere so it's easily available? So I kept a file on everything that I painted, including the Argentine birds, which the guys down there now have copies of if they ever decide to repaint things. And now somebody will contact me and I just email it to them and say, print it up, stick it in the folder. And I go, why don't you do a book? They said, because I don't want to sell this to somebody, I want to pass it on. And that's the way it's worked. Mentoring people, I don't charge for anything other than material. If you're going to come in the shop and carve with me.
All right, time out.
Did it die?
No, it says it's full.
Oh,
So just hang on. It's all good.
Just erase it all.
It's all good.
We filled up your machine.
Nah, this is no. The machine's good to go. We got like 6 hours or so on that. But just these are. We might get better systems.
I'm gonna go check on
Or
that.
you do that. Yeah, you do that, love.
Go live, TV cameras.
All right, there we go. Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, I'm going back to the original position.
Yes, please do that, George. I thought. I do. I see. There's an hour and 11 minutes, and there's 2 hours. I see what I did. All right, need to clean house in there a little bit, but we're back. It's all good.
So even the people I've mentored, just the first one, we'll work. You work on this, I'll work on that. I'll show you what I do. I don't expect you to do what I do because some of the things I do are scary. Most of you guys are right-handed, I'm left-handed. I was shunned in shop class, told don't do certain things because you're going to get hurt. Come to find out, it was easier for a left-handed person to deal with things than a right-handed person. And the one thing that I tell anybody I start out is make sure if you're going to bandsaw things, keep a sharp blade all the time. Do not try to work with a dull blade. That's why you make. You see that scar?
Yes, we can see.
That was a dull blade.
I'm gonna hit two things here real quick.
And just take your time. It's easier to just let your hands go.
That's what I always say.
And it's just a piece of wood or a piece of cork.
Well, that or a blade that's hopefully, well, I guess they're more expensive now than what they used to be. But so back to the painting, you the first page in there, my notes is basically like how to make black duck black, buff. You had a couple other things in there. Without looking at it, I can't tell you. But then you just sat down and you said, what bird you want to do? And well, green winged teal. And you just went through step by step each color, and I still have it today. Fred West calls me quite a bit. And he's like, hey man, what's well, first he wants to see, he says, I want to see that book. I said, well, here, come take a look at it. But he'll often reach out to me and ask me my opinion, or from your notes, what color what color I'm trying to make this. What do I need?
Just contact me and be more than happy to pass the paperwork on.
Nice.
It's too much of a hassle to. One of the guys that I mentored is always on my case. Why don't you do a book? And I said, I don't want to do a book. If you want to do a book when I'm dead, just dedicate it to me. But I have no reason to want to deal with it. If I did, I want all the pages like a notebook in plastic so you can take it out.
Mm-hmm.
And if you got them dirty, just wipe them off.
Mm-hmm.
It's the best way to work with it. But for what I do, if I need a new copy of something, and I still use the paperwork, I use bodies in the freezer to just check and make sure that I'm close to where I want to be.
So George has frozen ducks.
Yep.
I have
That are basically.
It's a morgue. Some of them are over 30 years old.
I would say
Really?
most of them have to be freeze dried.
Oh, they're.
Yeah.
It's like dealing with bean bags.
But the feathers are still good.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Couldn't imagine that the pigment would fade in the freezer.
No, if the hassle with a mount, with having a bird mounted, it's very nice to have on your wall.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're going to deal with a mount for painting, forget it, because you get ultraviolet light
Yeah.
that fades the colors out. You get cooking, smoke, whatever happens in the house.
Yeah.
That duck is going to end up
Candles.
taking the brunt of the problem.
Candles.
Grease.
Yep.
I take them out of the freezer, take them out of a bag, put them on the table. I left a blue-winged teal on the table overnight, and fortunately it was beanbag stage. I had already re-glued the head because I broke it off one time. Gorilla Glue is fantastic for putting things back together. So I took the bird, glued the head up, kept it in position. It's still fine now. I left it on the freezer. Sometime that morning, going down to do the laundry, and I went, I bet I left that bird on the bench. And it was still sitting there, but it's been frozen. It's mummified now. So I just took it and put it back in the freezer. Doesn't even smell.
Mm-hmm. You currently still do contests? Certain contests?
I do a couple. I used to do a lot more, but I got tired of some of the things that politically were going on. Midwest in particular. My comment made to someone years ago was, you let the camel stick its nose under the tent, you're going to get the whole camel. And what they have now is everybody making things that look exactly alike.
So 30 years ago, 35 years ago, like where would you, in a year's time, decoy shows, where would you be going?
At this time?
No, I mean just throughout the year. Where would?
If I wore the good Lord. Ohio, Havre de Grace, Salisbury, Ocean City, Clayton, New York. I would send stuff out the Pacific to California.
The Chincoteague show.
That was unfortunate that they lost their help.
Yeah. I never made it to the.
That was a nice show.
I think before me, what was in Virginia Beach?
Oh, Virginia Beach.
I never made it there.
That was kind of a neat thing when they were still looking at hunting decoys. When the camel got its nose under the tent, things went to hell. Because people would rather look at things that are really pretty than look at functional objects. And my attitude about making a decoy is, I'm not making it here. I'm making it in my head so it looks like a duck at 20, 25 yards out. That's all the stuff that you do, all the detail you do for your eye, when you put it out there is gone. So why do it? Simplify stuff. I'm trying to think of a couple other places. Oh, the U.S. Nationals,
Maybe where was that at?
Long Island.
Long Island.
And they also, when that show died, they set one up down by Jones Beach.
Okay.
That's in October. They used to do a decoy show at Northeast, Maryland.
Yes.
And that was out in the water by the
By their
museum.
museum. Yep. I think I don't know. I know I did it one year, maybe two. I can remember Buffalo that I got. Probably Buffhead sitting on the deck. One of those. I think I did not win, but I got a ribbon for it.
Participation ribbon.
No, probably wasn't. But at that time, it probably wasn't participation.
No, I think it might have been something halfway. That was 1999 because I know I get it written on the keel of the bird, but that was 99. Yeah.
I'm trying to think anywhere else.
Northeast. You never did the Tuckerton show, did you?
No, never got over there. That's during dove season.
Yeah, that was.
So I avoided that because I was dove hunting at the time.
So how do I phrase it? How do I word it? I have some really nice plaques from Tuckerton.
Yeah, you took a couple of best in shows over there with rigs out that strange water.
Yes, but should I admit why I got first place?
Well, now you have to.
No, nobody entered rigs. I was the only rig. Like so by default, I won.
That's
a really nice plaque.
That's what happened at Harrity Race. They decided they weren't going to do a rig competition anymore because people just don't make rigs. Wait a minute, that's the purpose of making hunting decoys, and they stopped doing it this year at Clayton.
Well, Harrity Race was 6 birds. The Tuckerton was 12 birds.
What was the deal?
Yeah. At Tuckerton now, there was a lot of interest in like the Delaware River style bird and the Barnegat Bay style bird, but a contemporary bird like nobody was making.
It was scary,
Yeah.
except for Paul Dabrowski.
Yeah. Yeah, man, I have that's the old Blog Talk Radio. Like a couple, you came on a bunch of times and like they're not there. It says they're there and they're not there anymore. But anyway,
Which?
I did this thing maybe what year, Karen?
13.
Yeah, 13, 14, 15, somewhere in there. Blog, BLOG, Talk Radio. It was basically, you could go on it was live radio, internet based, but people could call in and they called in and he would call in, not like first he called in just like to talk, and then I was like, hey, you want, like, you can be the guest kind of thing. And he'd just sit there and talk and talk and talk. And I wish I had that, but I don't have it anymore.
It's a shame.
Yeah.
And he's passed.
Yes. So Haverty Grace, I can't remember, I think it was the second year. No, the first year. The first year I won Best of Show for the singles. I was at the middle school. I didn't even get to see the judging, and like Kurt Zuloff came back. He said, "Hey man, you won," and like I didn't really get to experience it. And then many years later, I guess. So what's your opinion on the way that they judge today? Where So it'll be the best puddle duck, best diver, and best goose in confidence.
That's all.
But
That's it.
But they actually put in this was Nick at the Ocean City show. We're standing there watching his birds get judged, and it was like they really had first, second, and third of those. So there's really like
Oh, they're playing pick and choose things.
right.
It's my attitude toward that whole show thing, which when I set up the pairs at Havre de Grace, was there's one ribbon. You don't have to do anything else. It's kind of like Highlander. There can be only one. You don't need all the other ones. You know, no one's going to remember even who took a best in show 5 days after the thing is over with. So let's just dispense with all the wasting of money and making people's feelings good. Just get one really super good ribbon and be done with it. You don't bring a bird back that's second place to compete with birds that are already in first.
That's my point.
That was an IWCA thing. And it's, I never saw any logic in it. When you're in a competition, you don't take the guy who was maybe had the third place bird and put him up against the first place bird. It's like wrestling or anything else. You know, there's one guy who places first. There's a guy who places third. They go all the way, to seventh or eighth. After that, you're just cannon fodder. You're there.
So the setup is.
That was what it was. It was a setup.
No, maybe the setup's wrong then. So the scenario is the story goes. Yeah, I think it would have been 2005. And now my mind's confused because I won twice, but the one time I wasn't present. So this would have had to been the first time. I don't know. Anyway, basically, it wasn't the whole where there's like, you know, there are 9 birds out there, three classes, and first, second, third. So there's not 9 birds. Kind of keep weeding them out, and there's 3 birds left.
That's what it was designed for.
I had a scoter, you had a wood duck, and I had a brant. And I said, and that would have been my first time that I could have won a best of show. And I said, I can see how this is going to go. George is going to win, I'm going to get second and third.
Not always.
Well, it didn't happen that way. I got first and third, and you got second. We're standing in the parking lot taking pictures. You told me to pick that pebble up off the ground. Or excuse me, no. You picked the pebble up off the ground and you said, snatch it from my hand.
You're done.
You can't teach me anymore.
You're on your own now.
Yeah, so that was the first best of show.
Dave Sikorsky had that experience also, except I threw the rock at him.
Maybe he asked me to pick it up off the ground and hand it to you, and then you said snatch it from my hand. I can't remember, but it's a David Carradine reference.
Yep, that was Kung Fu.
Yeah, Kung Fu.
When you can snatch a pebble from my hand, it's time for you to go. I've sent a lot of people out with pebbles that I've mentored.
So 2 weeks ago, were you in Clayton?
Yes.
How did that go?
It's shrinking, but we had the best thing that I like about that show is, we set up a table to do a demonstration. It was Tim, Brian Ballard, and I were doing a demo. Steph was wandering around. It's my son, looking at stuff, and we had kids finally coming back, sitting down and watching us work and asking us questions. The competition, they quit doing rigs.
That was done on the pond.
Yep, because no one does rigs anymore. Excuse me, that's kind of silly. If you kill it, you're telling people they don't have to do it. It's not necessary. They still do pairs out there, and they do the prettier stuff indoors.
So the pairs are done on the pond?
Tank, yeah.
Okay.
but
Excuse me.
they need to get out there and kill off some of the high grass that's growing around the pond.
Well, it's got to be horrible. Last time I was there,
You gotta be
Coot was young.
Yeah, you got to be sneaky about it.
Yeah. Shoot, what's like 2000? I bet you 2003.
And they've let cattails just go crazy.
Yeah.
There's no, other than they're edible when they're young, there's no use for cattails at all. Well, red-winged blackbirds have places to hang, but that's it. So there became a very narrow place for judges to look at stuff. Used to be you could walk around the whole pond. That was one of those great discoveries. I was out walking when I used to go up there with Mike Spicer. And I said, Mike, do you know there's a pond up there? He said, no. Tom Humberstone didn't know there was a pond up there. I said, what a great place to do maybe a ring of birds or pair of birds, or both. It takes a while for things to get through people's heads after I say it. Well, again, being a little outspoken on stuff, just do it. Don't hem and haw about it. So they quit doing the rigs. They're still doing pairs, thank heavens. But they're also still looking at mostly North American species.
Over the years, no, wait a second. I want to talk about Delaware first.
There was a show in Delaware, by the way, up in Odessa. There was also one in what's the town just before you go to
Smyrna?
go on route? No, you go on
Milford?
Route 40.
Route 40. Glasgow?
Glasgow. There was a
Okay.
show at the high school.
That I don't remember. I think I remember the Odessa one.
The one in Odessa lasted only a couple years. I think Rusty Harvey was very influential in getting that going, and it just kind of fell apart.
Yeah. Gunning in Delaware. You didn't do a whole lot in Maryland, mostly Delaware?
I hunted in Vermont, a little bit New York, Canada, but not most of it was all Delaware.
What year, you've told me, described it to me, I don't remember the year, but when was like the Brant limit a crazy number?
At one point back in the 70s, it was like 12 or 16 birds.
I was gonna say, I was gonna use
I never did it,
I was gonna say 14.
and that was insane. At that point, there may have still been good grass for the birds to eat. When it went, then they decided to shut it down for a while. Then it came back, and they were, I think, the maximum I ever saw was 4, and that was enough.
Yeah, there's a couple years, seasons there where they talked about that they could, when I was guiding them, that you possibly they were going to give you 4, but they kept it at 3. But still, it was a 60-day season at 3 birds.
It's 1 now,
30 days this year.
and that's because they lost track of the birds. The last time they did a 1 bird, the people that do the flyovers in Delaware, anyway, did not realize that the Brant were changing their eating habits. They were following the geese out in the fields. They were going over to cut over wheat fields. They were eating on golf courses. And they weren't all eating eelgrass, not eelgrass, the sea cabbage,
Yep.
which made them smell bad.
It's
And
a
gave
sea,
them-
sea
gave
le-
Yeah, gave them a beautiful green stain on their buttocks.
the sea lettuce is very high in iodine. I was at a ramp during the season one time, and State was there like out in the water goofing around and had these little things. So I said, hey, what are you doing? We're doing a sea lettuce survey. I was like, oh really? Start talking to them, and they're like, yeah, we're trying to just see the differences of the sea lettuce and the amount of iodine that was in them. And I said, so like So like if something eats that, would it possibly make them? And they were like, yeah, it's there's some brant right there. Like they're eating the sea lettuce. And
It's because they had nothing else to eat.
Yeah.
It was sad there, 1976. That was the year that Rehoboth Bay totally froze over.
Mm-hmm.
And those birds didn't have the sense to leave. And they were eating in the median strips. They were dying by the dumpster full.
Mm-hmm.
And people were leaving them cabbage, stuff, hoping they would eat it.
Mm-hmm.
So at least the birds finally smartened up and changed their eating habits a little bit.
I don't know if you recall this or not. The year would have been 2002. It was before the bank split, still the old TDB. So I'll say 2002 or 3. And the way the seasons were, Delaware was still open late. The Maryland stuff was closed.
What for Brant?
Yes.
I was out with you
That's what we're
when
talking
it was cold as a titcher's wit. And I think I made your dog crazy because we set out a nice ring of decoys and probably had every Brant on the entire East Coast sitting in among the decoys and strung out for probably a quarter mile. Why aren't you shooting? Is it because I just want to look at them?
I don't think you've seen those pictures, Karen. I sat there with the camera, like they just this mass. We were just off the shore a little bit, and they were just Brant, right? And they're just working. They're working
This
their
poor
way up.
dog went crazy.
They're working their way up.
Look at the way they work the decoys.
Yeah, they came into the decoys, and they just kind of swam
Jeff,
right
why
by.
aren't you shooting? Just, there's no need to.
And Coot, would you have Coot then? Yeah.
Oh, she was really upset.
But they were just in there, but so cool to have video of that. The audio was just, these things were just
Chirping their little hearts out. It was unbelievable. That's the most Brant I ever saw in a rig at any one time.
Yeah, it was very impressive. I'll dig those pictures out. And,
They're worth looking at.
Yeah.
And he's getting all crazy because he's going, why aren't you shooting? And I got probably it's an age thing, but there's a point, I think, aesthetically where, you've shot enough stuff, you know what they taste like. And I looked at that many birds and said, I don't want to disturb them. I just want to watch them. My God, they were neat.
Snow leopard.
Well, I think, you've kind of said the same thing where, it's not about the shooting. It gets to a point where it's not about the shooting. It's just about the relationships,
Yeah, it was cool.
being outside, enjoying.
Sat there in the morning, was some of your decoys, some of my decoys. It was cold. I remember like the day before, the day after I was there, launched, and like somebody, the big parking lot's pretty much empty, and they're like, what are you doing?
Go Brant.
They like thought like as soon as you step in the boat, like the boat's going to sink. Like it was howling and cold. You're going to die. Like I don't think so. And didn't. But it was. Anyway. That was probably my last time trying to shoot Brant in Delaware.
We went and got chicken livers when we were finished.
Man, back then too, the reciprocal licenses, I would get a Delaware full season license. It was like $80 or something, like not less.
That's gotten expensive now.
Yeah, it has 100%. Maryland just raised their licenses this year too, straight up. They said something like for like 24 years, Maryland licenses had not increased. They were leaving federal money on the table, so they had to bump their license fees up.
Bad choice.
Yeah.
The one a day makes it almost not worth. If I take 18 birds with me and go out and sit and watch, it's pretty hard to kill one Brant. The way they kind of ball up just before they go in, you pull the trigger and things just start falling all over the place.
Karen might have a different experience on her Brant hunt. You said they're easy to kill. She might disagree.
Yeah, no, I'm just a bad shot.
You have to be very patient with them and wait till they kind of go into a ball. We had when I had my first lab, and I had the Boston Whaler. Barry and Bob and I used to religiously go down Indian River. It was 4 birds a day. Whoever had to put the boat away was usually not going to shoot that day. You just catch that half hour before sunrise and hear, and if I'm up with putting the wheeler away, I can see the 2 guns go up and know that I must just pull the boat back and go get it. Because the dogs are retrieving and there's 12 birds down. So we got your limit, George. I wasn't going to pull a trigger because it's happened to me. It's happened to all of us at one time or another. He who puts the boat away is going to be just there for the set out and pick up and work the dogs.
The dedicated. Why can't I speak today? It's a ginger ale.
It's a bubbles.
You said it was too early to drink. I think maybe we should have.
I have to get home though.
The dedicated labor of the day. That's what I was trying to say. Dedicated labor.
That to me, that's what waterfowl carving is all about. I've always looked at it as kind of fun. It's an adjunct to what I did when I painted, and it's an addiction now. But I like doing it. I like carving. I like the smell of the stuff. I like watching things disappear.
Do you know what was the binder that made Wiley Cork so special?
Yes.
Probably something bad for you.
It was urea and it was kind of bad for you.
Almost like the dust almost had, like, to me, has a almost like an oily feel, like a, I don't know. It's different than the imported cork.
Urea and no, my brain. 2 o'clock tomorrow morning, I'll wake up and remember what the other, because Marty had told me what they used, and it reacted to the heat when they ran it through the extruder. That's what made the binder stick, because you could take that back and they'd recycle it. But it was really good. That's all I can say.
Yeah,
that was the way to go.
It was the cork.
You're using black cork. Don't do that.
Yeah,
You'll ruin your nose.
You're gunning in Canada. Where, Quebec or Ontario?
We used to hunt with the guy whose family owned an island up in Quebec, and also up in Saskatchewan.
Okay. Do you remember where in Quebec?
Yep. Place called Ile d'Aigle.
That it was on the St. Lawrence?
Eagle Island. Yeah, right off the St. Lawrence.
Right.
They were still sink boxes up there.
Right.
It was where the St. Lawrence River turns into, they call it a lake because it widens out.
Mm-hmm. It's like Quebec City?
We hunted, no.
Not that far?
Masquinongé was the name of the town.
Well, I mean, it wasn't as far as Quebec City?
Mm-mm,
No?
No. That was another strange place that I had to remember to speak French.
Mm-hmm.
The great thing. This story has to be told because we were out at a basically a set, it was a 7-Eleven, getting snacks one night. And this girl who was working the place looked at us when we got up to the counter and said, "You want sacks?" And in perfect French, I said, "Ma'am, I hardly know you." "Mademoiselle, je ne vous connaissais." She turned bright red and she said, no, not sacks, bags.
Oh, gosh.
My experience was Rimouski, so way down the river.
Okay.
Yeah, been Dominic in Montreal, been a few times there, but
You were almost in Vermont.
we were way down. I think it's no, I mean, it's that was Maine. Like would be
Okay.
Maine. It's way down. But where you're talking about French, I have trouble speaking American. I have trouble
Speaks
speaking,
Maryland.
I have trouble speaking English. We're out there, and we were sea duck hunting. Actually, Dominic was there. It was early season. Where I'm trying to go with this is, I thought they didn't like me because I was American. It was because I couldn't speak their French. That was the problem.
No habla rana.
So then I tried to learn a couple words. So at least if I made effort in a store, at least I made effort in a store. Like usually somebody would help out. In amongst our group there was a girl. That was a little, I think she was a professor of some sort with waterfowl, and she was from France. She said, I'm French, and I just came over last month. She says, they're talking slang. She said, I have trouble understanding what they're saying. That's what she said to me. So I don't know.
And that's when we started going down to Argentina, my partner said, somebody's got to learn to speak Spanish so we can get along better with these guys. And everybody looked at George. George is retired. He can do it.
George, explain to Karen the travel process because she wants to go to Argentina. How are we getting there?
You can take a boat.
Mm-hmm.
The easiest way is to fly. Right now, the only place you go out is out of Kennedy.
Okay.
You land in Izizia, which is Buenos Aires.
Mm-hmm.
Usually fly out at night, except when the flights get screwed up and you end up sleeping in the airport, which my son and I had the fortune of doing last time we went.
Yeah.
And from that point, now we go down there to hunt, so somebody's there to pick us up.
Mm-hmm.
And we thought we had Juan Fangio with us, who was a Formula One driver, way back. And when we got picked up at 9 o'clock at night, by 2 in the morning, we were down in Benito Juarez where we were going to hunt.
Okay.
He drove on a couple occasions 90 miles an hour,
Wow.
pitch black, but he knew where he was going. Good driver. And you'd see a truck ahead. Trucks go very slow, just past the truck. We had a couple steps in the back seat going, I don't want to be up front. Now I know why I don't even like going out with people. He sells cars. He doesn't even like to go out on test drives with people. Anyway, you landed as easier. From that point, just pick up your stuff. And if you're going to do it with are you going down in a hunt or just?
Yeah, she's a killer.
I'm along for the ride.
She's a killer.
Gorgiova.com.
What?
Gorgiova.com.
Oh, that's the place to go.
Well, that's where we go.
Copy.
Get to shoot over good decoys. Guy's name is Giovanni Corsi. We've been hunting with him since 2001, 2002. They, conditions this year have been fantastic. They had plenty of water, a lot of rain. For 3 years, they had a drought. And we're talking, even the rivers there were shallow.
What? Good.
That someone will pick you up, and if you're going with who we go with, you go on a little road trip. It's about 4 hours. Bathroom stops, stop for beer, food. Make sure they take you to a place where you get either sandwiches or barbecue. This will start right away. Food's good.
Yeah.
You don't have to bring a gun. It's too much of a pain in the neck now to do it. And the people we hunt with have 12s and 20s, all Berettas. And they'll put you on birds.
Well, first off, Karen's a Denali girl, but
Well, you can learn to shoot a Beretta.
she likes APX 9mm. She likes Beretta.
It's still Italian.
The what is, well, two things. What's the travel? What's the flight from Kennedy down?
What, cost?
No, time. Roughly.
If you stay awake, too long. If you sleep, about 10 hours. I get up and walk around a lot when I'm on a plane.
What kind of plane we flying on?
7, what is it, the big
17.
the big ones, mostly American. Well, we fly American Airlines. United doesn't go there anymore.
America's probably that Dreamweaver.
Well, we had a good trip once they got the plane off the ground. It only has to go up and then down once.
The flight from Dallas to Sydney, it's the Airbus 310. Anyway, double decker,
Probably forever.
17 hours.
That's a long trip.
Qantas alcohol's free till they cut you off.
This is about it's a 10-hour trip. They do most of the flight at night, which is great. The first time you go, you're all hyped up, excited about it. It's a new place. The area down there is very flat, except for the western side, which is all mountains. A lot of lakes, a lot of rivers. You're hunting in the winter down there. Right now, it's hotter than hell up here. It's 40 degrees. They have occasional snow showers. Steph and I were there. They had a tornado. It's very wild. When the wind comes out of the south, it's cold because it's coming out of the Antarctic.
Yeah.
Just everything's backward.
I'm from Australia, so.
See, she's from she knows. She has all that might.
Yeah.
Do your sinks in Australia go in reverse? Toilets don't because they're mechanical.
Oh,
First thing I did when we got to the estancia, went inside, turned on the sink. Yep, the water goes backward. The best thing is going out at night and looking at the stars. Oh my God, there's no lights anywhere. You're away from Buenos Aires. You're away from the city. You're away from all that pollution, and it's just wow.
Is there anything is called, man, what is with me? I can't talk.
You're getting senile.
Possibly. Is there anything called the Southern Lights? Anything like that?
I have to ask about that.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never
There is the first thing I looked for at night was a Southern Cross. It's a constellation. This time of the year, Orion just starts to peak along the horizon, so you see the hunter, and it's a whole different ballgame.
Yeah. The most important question: what kind of bourbons and whiskeys are we looking for down there?
To drink,
Yeah.
mostly
What they got?
mostly wine down there. If you want whiskey, pick it up at the. It's whatever people bring and leave, or stuff that you want to bring with you. Pick it up at the
duty free.
duty free.
So, but I guess really, let me be more direct. Is there Argentine whiskeys or bourbons? I guess technically it can't be a bourbon, right?
Mostly just wine.
Wine. Beer?
Good beer.
Okay.
They have good red, good white.
Geoff thinking of who we are?
I had something on the table one day. I was taking my meds in the morning, and I swear it was just water, and it wasn't Everclear.
Ugh.
And I tipped the bottle back just to swallow my meds, and all of a sudden it was like someone lit my mouth on fire. When I went to the fireplace, Flames are shooting all over. I said, what the hell was that? It's the girls wiped the table down with the Everclear.
Oh my gosh.
I said, don't leave no en la mesa, no más, no más. And they were all upset because I was spitting fire out. But I managed to keep the pills in, and I grabbed
Oh my gosh.
the bottles, regular water, and swallowed them
Good to
down.
go. Do we have permission to come visit the dungeon?
Absolutely.
We want to do that.
Yeah.
We just timing with Whaleyville Wagon Tails is kind of few and far between right at the moment. But
Yep.
yes.
Busy boarding
Well,
time.
please do.
Yeah, thank you. Can we fire the grill up?
Which?
Our grill. We're going to fire the grill up. You want to hang out?
KOS. What time is it?
And for the rest of us, please.
11 o'clock.
I'll say what hey.
Usually we've been doing this outside, so the grill's right behind you. But that right there is very, very nice.
That's a grill?
No.
The air conditioner.
That's your heater. Heating air conditioning system.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is we were doing it out front there, and like, man, especially yesterday. I guess it's got to be pretty nasty out there now,
It's
right?
like night. It was 84 when I got here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's 88.
George Williams, where can folks find out more information about you and or connect with you?
RUNAMUCKDECOYS.com.
Run,
RUNAMUK. Nope, CK.
Yep.
It's only my license.
I was gonna help you with that.
RUNAMUCKDECOYS.com. You can also get up with me at gwdecoys@verizon.net. If you want specific decoys and you're willing to wait, generally my turnover time is about 2 weeks.
What'd you bring me today?
I brought scoters,
Awesome.
skunk heads, and white wings.
Hey,
Those have been sitting around.
long time.
I won't even tell you how long.
Yeah, I told Karen the story last night.
I had to put a keel on the hen yesterday but she sits nice.
Good.
She even has a screw in her.
All right, there you go.
And let's see, what other things? Oh, my phone number is 302.
Now, is this your cell number, right?
Yeah,
You didn't have a cell phone for a long time.
I have one now. See,
It's an iPhone.
that's
too.
where you got the pictures of the
Yeah, man. I'm proud of you on that. 302.
302-270-8706.
Awesome. Georgia, we appreciate your effort. Thank you very
It's
much.
been fun.
No, thank you.
Come up to the shop
We
and
want to do that.
bring your video camera.
We're going to do that.
Yeah.
People won't believe that.
I didn't tell Karen this. I thought about it in the trailer. So you don't know this about me, George. Excuse me. The white trailer sitting out front there. That's what I carved in most recently.
Okay, not a bad shop.
Well, it was over there on the water and just, the development on and on and on. Anyway, in there, I thought it would be cool when people show up, but nobody ever really showed up. But if people showed up, like have a place, to sign this, that, the other. So what I thought was, especially since the Wiley Cork bird, I think I'm just gonna have people sign that. So you have to sign it before you leave. Is that all right?
I'll sign on the inside.
Autograph it. Yeah, autograph on that side. We got to figure out a way to frame it, Karen. Can we do that?
Yeah. Oh, this is Argentina.
It's impressive.
I want to go.
All right, I'm going to wrap this up. It is another, hopefully.
Oh, wow.
Oh, Karen's watching
That's
videos
crazy.
now.
Yeah.
Birds and birds
That's-
and birds.
Water.
Yeah, George texted me these a while ago.
You didn't show them to her?
No, I didn't show it to her. She don't show. Sometimes I share stuff with her.
I sent some guys from Virginia down.
Right?
Now, one of them may have COVID, but he could have got on the plane anywhere. But they had one warning that the group of guys shot over 100 birds.
Wow. All right, so that's one thing. I guess because I am old.
That's one of them.
What kind of limits are we looking at down there?
I'm not even sure.
Is it more of like how many shells can you afford?
That's part of it.
I'll have to check it out.
Argentina. All right, I'm going to end this. George, once again, thank you for taking the time to get here. We're going to fire the grill up and enjoy. I'm hungry. Sort of, kind of. Yeah.
Now I got to see if I can get the picture of this to make it work. This is just freaking.
All right, everyone. Fuck.
That too.
What is wrong, man?
Fuel your adventure.
Fuel your adventure at Molly's in Kennedyville, Maryland. I don't know what's wrong with me. All right. If you are still watching this on YouTube, thank you very much for taking the time and putting in the effort. If you don't already, please subscribe. If you like our podcast, give us a thumbs up. Can you hear my stomach?
Nope.
It's growling. I must really be hungry. And if you don't like our podcast, give us a thumbs down. It's good to go too. So, on the normal podcast platforms, thank you very much for taking the time to tune in. Hey, I do want to say, part of the concept here at Pitboss World Headquarters, PBHQ, I did mention earlier, Duck Chuck stopped in. So that's kind of it was very nice of him. He follows along with what we do. And while in Ocean City, he wanted to stop by and say hello. So, Chuck, thanks for taking the time to stop by. And speaking of taking the time, if you could, please check out the sponsors of the Pitboss podcast. Molly's Place Sporting Goods, mymollys.com. Duckwater Boats. Steve Hoover, thank you. Duckwaterboats.com. They're still looking at videos.
The tree line over there.
Duckblindbistro.com.
That's where Lagringa is.
John Paul and Jay.
That's the road.
I'm going to turn
getting
yours
there.
like that. Here, I'm going to turn mute them out. There we go. No, you guys talk amongst yourselves, please. Talk amongst yourselves, please. Now they got me all confused. No, you're good. Crabs to go.
Yeah, they have one to go.
Crabstogo.com. Mark, John, Dan, thank you very much. What are you going to show me, George? What am I looking at? I turned your volume back.
That's a road.
That's a road?
That's a road.
Looks like a canal.
Nope, that's a road.
It looks like a
Matter of
canal.
fact, come on, make it start. There's a line of trees. That's where Lagringa is, where we stay.
That's a canal, man.
That's not a canal. You saw the other one, the other
did.
image.
And Buck and Jay Dirty Duck Coffee. I'm still excited about that. DirtyDuckCoffee.com. Check them out, please. Whaleyville Wagon Tails and Pitboss Waterfowl. So, did you hear my stomach that time? Yes. I am hungry. All right, we appreciate you taking the time to tune in once again. George, thank you very much. As always, no, thank you. As always, thinking of you, we are. Boom, boom.
That's a car. They had water.
Wait, when was this? This year?
They do have water. That's a canal, man. I'm telling you.
It's a road.
I see that. It looks like a canal.
The tree line off to the left is Lagringa.
Okay.
And that's the lodge, that's what
Yeah.
you're saying.